Good evening, Doc Severson here with the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA trade of the day for Wednesday, the 18th of November. Okay, as you can see by what's going on here, not only in the watch list, but also just the type of price action that we're getting. We are transitioning into what I believe is going to be a sideways and volatile period. So we've had a hell of a month so far. We've gone from about BTC 14,000 up to 18,500 today with about 5 hours left in the trading day. And we have what's called a high wave candle here, which has a very small real body, but an enormous range to it. So this is usually a tell to a transition where we get into some pretty heavy duty volatility up and down in a range. And this is the change in character between quiet and trending, where we've had this sort of stair-stepping movement, to sideways volatility. And this is fine because what this does is this allows, in this case, if we're looking at Bitcoin, if we go out to the weekly chart, we can see that it's gotten way ahead of itself here as we've gone into exhaustion. And this may take a few weeks for this to come along. Now, for those of you that are still on the sidelines and haven't gotten a chance to get back on board, or maybe to double down, or whatever it is that you want to do, increase your utilization, this is going to be a time of opportunity, but it's just not going to feel very good at all when you see big red candles coming into this. So what you have to do is, this is now the time where you have to set up your plan and say, okay, to me, the right level of accumulation, maybe you're going to wait for 14,000. And to me, that's a good level. The next level above that is about 16,500. That should probably be very easily tested, or even 16,000. So those are a couple of levels that will come into play, I think, here in the next couple of weeks. Now, you can do this in a couple of ways. You can either just set limit orders out there to say, okay, good till cancel, BTC versus US dollar, 16,000. I'm going to wait till the price gets down there and then fill. More than likely, we will have a fair amount of that type of demand down at those obvious levels. Maybe that'll blow through there. Maybe we'll get a chance to pick it up at 14,000 again. Again, what we did was, we did this a couple of weeks ago. Let's do it again. Let's go ahead and throw the fib retracements on here. And let's go back to the beginning of this swing back in October. We can run this thing up to today's highs, and we can see that the 38.2 retracement is about 15,000-ish, right around that high volume node. And the 61.8% retracement is at 13,500. So 14,000 would be a great level to pick up inventory at, and maybe we'll find that 16,000 isn't that bad either. Now, this has still been kind of a top 2, top 3, top 5 type of market move, really. A lot of these other coins that we've seen still languishing down near lows. And, oh, by the way, for those of you that can't wait for 2017 to occur all over again, we're really not seeing any altcoins, at least those that are being measured against BTC. Now, if you can pick up any altcoins versus the US dollar, it might not be a bad thing to do. But if you're picking them up versus BTC, you're going to have that denominator working against you. This is going to be difficult. So not until BTC kind of goes sideways or down are we going to see any kind of accumulation into alts. If alt season is a thing again this year, they're going to have to go complementary to each other, almost like the passing of a baton between them. So folks, buckle up. Here comes the volatility. That's it for today's report. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.